How can Jordan be positioned to enhance and build on its experience? How can it attract new customers? What skills need to be enhanced looking at 10 years from now? To know more, please welcome Mrs. Olga Fragis, founder and CEO at Live Assets, and Mr. Jackson Liu, Vice President, Global Government Relations Head at BIGO Technology.
Perfect, thank you. Thank you for the kind introduction, much appreciated. I'd like to say that this is a part of the world that I love, I hold dear to my heart, and although I'm a Canadian, it seems like at some point in the previous life, I was part of this Eastern world. So it's always a great pleasure. It's my third time here. And I must say the technology sector in Jordan, it fascinates me every time. It really, really does. And today I'm privileged to talk a little bit about outsourcing and see how we can tap into this market, because Jordan has untapped talent, amazing talent that really needs to be known and shown to the world, and it's not. Definitely not. When I talk about North America and we look at some of the numbers here, we look at, 92 billion just in technology outsourcing, and Canada alone is about 14% of that. And it's definitely not tapped into the way it should be. But when we look at these numbers, personally, I think it's quite overwhelming. And so when I think about overwhelming in any industry, I always think about the elephant. I always think about, how do we eat an elephant, really? So I always say we eat it at one bite at a time, slowly but surely, and very, very focused. I think that is key to success. So one of the things that I thought of when I was invited to speak, I thought, okay, what am I going to speak about? I've got 10 minutes, and I really want to get the message out there. And the message really is about stop saying yes and start saying no. And what does that mean? It means we can't be everything to everyone. But if we start to focus our energy and our learnings into one sector, we can be extremely, extremely successful. So when we think about outsourcing, which is such a big, the last 2 decades, it's become a big part of the world, and it's brought us a lot closer. And we think about the 2 last years with the pandemic and what's happened. We think about manufacturing. Automatically, China comes in mind. And we think about information technology, and we think about India. And then we think about call centers, even virtual assistants today, and we think about the Philippines. So my question is, when we think about Jordan, what sector do we think about? And that is key. You are good, you have talent, but you can't be everything to everyone. When somebody comes here and they say, okay, what do you specialize in? And you say information technology. Well, that is very, very broad. So this is where everything starts, and this is where success starts. Oh, I think we went backwards. Sorry. Okay. Oh, well. Let's see if we can get this going. Sorry. Do we have a technician to help? Do you want to give me a hand? Thank you. Sorry? Do you want to go back? That's the last one, but we're not there. If you go back, further back, and one more back. There we are. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, so let's move on, if we can. There we are. So building an identity is key if we want to be successful. And there are so many technologies and so much going on today, so I don't know what it is that Jordan will focus on, but, and the region as a whole, not only Jordan, but, you know, is it cloud? Is it information? Is it artificial intelligence? Is it security? There's so many areas. It doesn't really matter. What matters is the focus. So if we want a piece of this cake, and mind you, in Canada, we say a piece of the pie. So I thought that was quite interesting. First of all, we want to have key players on the ground. You want to have lobbyists, really. You want to have people that are going to advocate for the region. Bidding on RFPs. There are, we see countries, especially, and I'm gonna say India because we see it very, very prominent in the North American market, where they have people on the ground and all they do is answer to RFPs, and they're very, very focused in specific areas, and that's what makes them and has made them successful. And then again, target marketing, what we talked about earlier. Really focusing on what you're really, really good at and letting the world know. The world doesn't know. And every time I come here, I'm intrigued by the people that I see, the startups, the people that I meet, and the level of the intellectual property that is here is really not known to the world. And it's a shame. It really is. So I'm going to just say, please, please start saying no. It's okay, right? And think about just being, as I said before, focused in your strengths, because there are a lot of strengths here. So I'd like to say thank you very much. I appreciate giving me the opportunity to share with you and to learn with you. Thank you.